Hey guys, it's JJ, and I appreciate the 43 subscribers I have. Yesterday I had 29, and I wanted to share a response to some of the comments where a lot of Trump supporters are very angry at me because of the Donald Trump will destroy democracy video that I did. This is the video where Trump talks about not having Christians vote ever again, as long as they vote this one time. And people wanted to emphasize that I twisted his words, that he's not going to destroy democracy. And some people were like, funny how I live in a democratic republic, not in a democracy. Okay. So Trump, in my opinion, would like to be dictator. And people were saying I twisted his words, the media twisted his words, and this is the portion that I know they didn't watch, and I want to share with you. There's so many things here. Guys, he's saying you won't have to vote again. I will be your king. That's where people vehemently disagree with me. He's also saying, I don't care what you do after I'm done being president. You can't vote me in again. So I don't care. So let's say he were to just do 4 years. He doesn't care what happens afterwards as long as he's taken care of. So I wanted to share that because I included that in the video. Now, I'm new to this. I'm also criticizing Trump, and the people that commented are supporters of Trump. And normally people who support Trump, it's hard to hear criticism. There's a cult-like thing going. I'm not saying everyone. I'm not a threat, guys. I have less than 50 subscribers. I work a full-time job. I play video games. I just see things and I want to call it out. Okay? So I did mention, hey, what if he was saying that he's just talking about these 4 years and that's it? You never have to vote again. Okay? All right. I grant you that.
Under no circumstances, you are promising America tonight, you would never abuse power as retribution against anybody.
Except for day one.
Except
Look,
for?
he's going crazy. Except for day one.
Meaning?
I want to close the border and I want to drill.
That's
drill,
not. That's
drill.
That's not retribution. I got.
I'm gonna be. You know, he keeps. We love this guy. He says, "You're not going to be a dictator, are you?"
So Hannity is already trying to cover for Trump, just the way Laura Ingraham and the other Republicans were trying to cover for him, just the way people in my comments are trying to cover for him. Hannity is saying, no, that's not being a dictator. That's just following your policies. And Trump is saying, like, hey, look at this guy. Trump is letting him know, like, no. I want to be dictator.
He
Let's
says,
do it
"You're
again."
not going to be a dictator, are you?" I said, no. Other than day one, we're closing the border and we're drilling. After that, I'm not a dictator.
So
okay?
that sounds.
I hear something. It obviously is what he is saying. He means what he's saying. And I get criticized for it. And I get attacked for it. And I get called all kinds of things. And a lot of people are going through this. And I don't know why. I guess I know why. I mean, if I were to put myself in your perspective, if I put myself in MAGA shoes, I can see why I would take that one statement of the 4 years where he says, Christians, you'll never have to vote again. And I can see why I would say he means they won't have to vote again because he can't run for president again because he'll fix everything, which is just absurd already. He's going to fix everything in 4 years. And I call it out and I think about everything else that he has said. People are going to be like, oh, this is an old video. He has said it. He said it. That's all I'm doing. I'm just taking information in and that's it. I take the facts, I look at them, and this is obvious that he's not saying something subliminal. He's saying, no, I'll be dictator. And now you might come to me and say, for 1 day only. Or you might come and say, yeah, but Hannity is correct in telling Trump that that's actually not a dictatorship. Well, then Trump's going to be like, okay, then what is a dictatorship? Because that's what I want. And I just don't understand why people get so angry. I got to stop saying that. That's not important. People just get angry. And here he is again, just praising more dictators. Dictator-like presidents.
I was very honored as a man. Viktor Orban. Did anyone ever hear of him? He's probably like one of the strongest leaders anywhere in the world, and he's the leader of, right? He's the leader of Turkey. President Xi is like central casting. There's nobody in Hollywood that can play the role of President Xi. The look, the strength, the voice. It's good to have a good relationship with Putin and Xi and all these people that have lots of nuclear weapons.
And then people will say, MAGA will say, It's good for him to be friends with these people. He just said it. They have nuclear weapons and all that kind of stuff. Okay. And then I go back to what he says about being a dictator. And then I put those together and how he praises dictators and dictator-like leaders and how he talks about being a dictator. I'm just putting two and two together.
And Kim Jong-un I had a good relationship with. He's a tough, smart guy. He's strong like granite. He's strong. I know him very well. President Xi of China. And he's standing there, you know, he's a fierce person. He runs 1.4 billion people with an iron hand.
And that's not a criticism. He's saying and admiring how he runs people with the iron hand.
And they say, oh, he said good things about him. No, he happens to be a very smart person. If I say a certain leader is smart, that's controlling a big part of the world, the press gets upset that I say.
Okay, you see, he's just saying that you guys are taking it and twisting it. Again, I am connecting the dots when he says the things that he says, when he has been sued for essaying women. And you can go ahead and tell me that that's not true. When he said he owned the pageant, the Miss USA and all that kind of stuff, and that he could just be in there and watch them dress. He likes control. He likes being in places people don't want him in.
Say smart because that's a good thing. No. Very smart people. These are very smart people. But
he thinks that taking control of people, of a country in the way that he praises the president of China doing with the iron hand, he thinks that's what makes you smart.
they're dealing with very stupid people. Even Vladimir Putin. Has anybody ever heard of Vladimir Putin? Of Russia says that Biden's, and this is a quote, politically motivated persecution of his political rival is very good for Russia because it shows the rottenness of the American political system, which cannot pretend to teach others about democracy.
And he talks about how he goes against his political rivals, how Putin does it, and he's admiring it. Guys, we are all here. We're all voters. I have to take the information that I get and do what I can with it. And in this case, I'm taking it directly from the source. So I listen to Trump and I'm like, yeah, this doesn't sound good. So I have to evaluate it and make my own decisions. And you have to do the same. But to tell me or to insinuate that I have no clue what I'm doing, I have some knowledge and I'm getting it directly from the source. And by the way, if Trump says something today, it doesn't eliminate everything else that he has said in the past. It does not, especially when he's still subscribing to those thoughts now. With that said, though, I just wanted to address that. I appreciate all of you for subscribing. I've got 49 subscribers. I look forward to more. Again, my channel is new. I'm working on how my channel is going to continue growing, what content I'm going to put up here. I'd love to do interviews. I would love to do that. And I look forward to growing, learning, and collaborating with great people. It's Friday. I'm going to have a great weekend. I hope you do too. And I will see you on Monday. Take care.